When you watching a prison movie, them stab scenes be the best, ain't it? I'll tell you what though, I found myself in prison, and for this video, I'm gonna be telling you one of the scenes that I was present in that made me feel like this is just like what you see in the movies, only it was a whole lot scarier because I was there. I'm the best, finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga, yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around, I'll bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch you a lock. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2, cause violent first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrog TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and also make sure you hit that notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back, y'all. Today I'm gonna be talking about one of the craziest scenes I feel like I was a part of inside of prison when a stabbing occurred. All right, now I've told stories over and over and over again about stabbings that have been around. Even told y'all some situations that I had to hit a couple people and people tried to hit me, you know what I'm saying? But for this one, man, I'm gonna be telling you how this right here has to be one of the most, craziest feelings I had when I seen something go down. And the reason for that is because I was new. I didn't really know what to expect inside of prison. I wasn't ready. All I knew was what I seen on TV. You get what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, what you see on TV isn't really what it is. You feel me? But on this particular day, it was. All right, now I want to let y'all know how it works down here in Florida prison when it comes to, the weather first. All right, now on this particular day, I was outside. I had a call out. It was raining out. All right, so for those that don't know how it works down here in Florida, when you find yourself incarcerated, show must go on. And what I mean by that is it don't matter if it's sunny out or if it's raining out. If it ain't that severe of a thunderstorm, your ass is still going to where you got to be at. So if you got a call out, whether it's the classification, medical, the school building, damn near visitation, it don't matter where it is, and it starts pouring down raining, your ass is gonna be standing out there in that rain. Now the particular gate that I was at this time happened to be at a different institution that I ended up EOSing from. All right, now what they did at this institution was they had at the center gate is where the call outs would go. A call out is somewhere you have to be, you understand? So they put the call log sheet out on the, on the table out there in the day room for all inmates to look at the night before, so you know where you got to be at tomorrow. And then when them doors pop, boom, first movement, you're going to see everybody who has them early morning appointments. Just look at a call out as an appointment. You're going to see everyone that has the earliest appointments going to that center gate. Now, when you get to the center gate, the specific center gate where this situation occurred at, it looks like a bunch of like squares. You'll have one that says education, and it's literally a painted square on the ground, education. And then another one, another one, another one, another one. Picture like a tile floor, how you have one tile, another tile, another tile, another tile, just like that. But these are actually rectangles. They're not as big as a square tile. They're just rectangles. So you got a whole line of rectangles right behind each other that say education on the very first one. So anyone who's got a call out for education must stand right there. The next one next to it might say medical. Anyone who's got the call out for medical, same thing. You see? So you stand where you got to stand at, whether it's kitchen, medical, classification, anywhere. You just stand where the square is, and you got to stand right up behind the person that's standing in his little tile, in front of you. You got to stand right behind them. It isn't like you got a lot of space. They're literally like, if you were standing there, they're like this far. This is how far their back is from you, right here. So you'll be standing there right near them, and just keep turning your head so that way you ain't breathing on their neck. You feel me? That's how they do it, So it don't matter if it starts pouring down raining. Like I said, I've been stuck out there multiple times having call outs. You ruin your clothes. They only give you 3 uniforms. You get what I'm saying? You're supposed to use 2 of them. Rotate through the 2 of them. Take the best one you have and kind of cuff it up under your mat, you know, so that way it can have the creases in it. And those will be your VP blues. Those would be the blues that you wear to the visitation park when your family comes to see you, you know what I'm saying? Or if you want to go take pictures up top and send pictures in the mail, you know, you want to always have that good crisp. So you're already down one pair. Now you got two to rotate through. So now when you find yourself out there in that water and you get soaking wet, and them guards are just loving it. They love that they're getting wet. You know, some of them got damn jackets on. Some of them got ponchos on. Some of them don't. You know, they're just out there getting rained on. But they don't care. You know, at the end of the day, they're going home. Your ass be out there, you ruin your whole clothes on the way to one call out. Now when you go back, you only got one more to wear. Because it isn't like you got a dryer inside of your dorm. You get what I'm saying? You got to wait until all that shit goes to laundry and gets washed and dried and brought back. You feel me? So they'll have your ass standing out there. You'll ruin both your outfits in the same day if you ain't careful. You got to be careful, you know, because at the end of the day, if your ass ain't where you're supposed to be at, if you got to be at an appointment, a call out somewhere, and you ain't there, they're going to hit you with unauthorized area. 15 days in confinement. So on this particular day, I had a call out, and I needed to go to medical. So when I was going to medical, I had to stand there on the medical line, like I was saying. And as I'm standing there in my tile, you know, I'm kind of new to the chain gang at this time. I haven't been there that long. You know, I've seen a couple situations go down and stuff like that, you know. But it wasn't really like that serious. It was more like fights, people jumping people in gangs, you know, bringing them home, you know, or Xing their own kind out, you know. You'll see people getting, you know, dragged across the compound by guards on stretchers and stuff. But I didn't really like be around something that happened right next to me like that, like seeing it fully with my own eyes to see how everyone else acted. So that's what made this feel like a real movie scene, all right? And as we were just standing there chilling and shit, I realized, you know, I just had like a sense, you know. I thought something was gonna happen to me, believe it or not. As I'm standing there, you know, I peep, there's a bunch of people looking like awkward, you know, like the way they were looking. I look over, one dude's like looking at me, he turns his head the moment I look at him, you know what I'm saying? I sense another dude looking at me. So I'm starting to get a little nervous, you know. I'm thinking something's gonna happen to me, like these dudes are just gonna decide to like jump me or I don't know what it is, you know. And since you're standing there in a bunch of lines, when someone's looking at this way, you know, it makes you think they're looking at you, but really they could be looking at the guy behind you or in the row next to you, you know. Same thing from both angles. So I literally thought something was gonna pop off. I'm worried about these two dudes, you know, trying to do something to me to where I couldn't even, you know, pay attention to the dude that was really their target, right? So starts pouring down rain, a bunch. The guard's just sitting there. He calls one line, first movement medical. You know, they go. That's half the line, okay? So if you got like 8:30 medical, you're going to be the first chunk that goes when he calls 8:30 movement. But if you got 10 o'clock and you're standing out there in that line, you better not go with the 8:30 movement to medical. You know, you still got to stand there until it's around your time. You see, that's what makes it such a hassle, you know, with everything you got to do. You feel me? So as I'm standing there and I'm paying attention to these two dudes, you know, I'm looking around, you know, don't want to look scared or nothing, but I'm on point. You know, if them boys try to come at me, you know, I would have to defend myself, you know, right then and there when it happens. You get what I'm saying? So as I'm, you know, waiting and everything, the guard, he comes around, he starts looking at everything, he starts yelling at people who are talking. No talking in these lines. Also, you're standing out there, starts pulling people out who are talking, tells them to go stand over there. Next thing you know, he's saying they're on Flintstone duty. They got to cut grass and everything like that with the Flintstone lawnmower just for talking. So next thing you know is I'm sitting there and I feel like something's gonna pop off on myself, you know. I'm looking over at these two dudes, you know, I can't help but look at them now. It makes me kind of like look behind me now, you know. I'm wondering if there's someone behind me, if they were looking at him behind me, giving him like, you know, the signal or something. You know, it got me kind of going, you know. So I'm looking around and everything. I peep. When I look over to my right, 2 lines over, I see a dude pull a banger out. So now I'm like, oh shit, you feel me, bro? Got a knife, you know what I'm saying? So once this happens, you know, I go to ball my fist up, and I swore, like I said, I thought I was the target, and really I wasn't. It was pouring down rain. Like I said, we're all just standing out there. You know, it just sounds like a prison, you know, like situation like you would see on a movie. It's real loud. The rain's, you know, you could barely hear, but you feel like you hear whispering even though there's no talking. You hear the guard yelling, you know. And it's like, I felt like in this situation I was like inside my head but outside my body. is how I felt, because I wasn't even paying attention to myself, but I was like observing every single thing, because I thought I was gonna get stabbed with this knife I seen the dude had. Next thing you know, he makes a movement. One of the dudes that was looking back towards my way dropped his books. So when he dropped his books, I stepped out of line backwards, you know, getting ready to make sure I could see everyone that was coming at me. But in all reality, when I stepped out of line like I was one of them, it looked like I was a part of the situation that was going down. And what they did is, the dude who had the banger and the dude who looked this way and the dude this way, they attacked another guy. So when I stepped out of line, the dude who came from this way scared the shit out of me, because when he came from it, like I seen the dude with the knife. So when I stepped out of line, I seen him with the dropped the books, and when he came, I like shoved him and everything, and they were like, watch out, watch it. And then they ran over and they stabbed some guy, all right, an inmate, you know, that was standing in line. He had his jacket on, he had his hands in his jacket. I don't know why they got him, you know, I wasn't in the loop, you know, that good yet. I just got there. Like I said, I was more observant than anything. And they jumped on this guy and they stabbed this dude probably like 6-7 times. And when they did it, the other two dudes held him. And then due to the commotion, everybody started moving. The guards ran out. When the guards ran like over to where everybody was and everybody's moving, the guys who did the situation scattered, you know, with everybody, like in the mix. So now the dude who just stabbed him right there's like 8 people over that way, and then the other guy's like 6 people over that way, and then he's over that way. So it was like everybody that was close to the situation, you know, wasn't involved at all. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing to me was, what made it feel like, you know, a movie, I'm gonna get to this, is after he was stabbed and he was screaming, he fell on the ground, you know, he needed help. The guards, you know, started screaming at everybody, told everybody to get on the ground. So we all had to lay on the ground, which was like little puddles. So it's like, here, we're already soaked. Now we gotta lay on the ground. You get what I'm saying? And as I'm laying on the ground, hands on the back of my head, just looking, I see the guards screaming on the radio. Everyone else is, you know, got their hands on their head. The guard screaming on his radio, you know, and this is where it felt like a movie scene to me, because I see the dude who got stabbed gushing. And since he's gushing, it's like his blood painted partially the puddle, you know, so that's where he's on the ground at. That shit looks red, like he got bit by a shark or something. You know, it wasn't like drip drops. It was like, cause he's laying in the puddle, had blood all over him rolling around and got it all on his face and everything, and me laying there looking, you know, I'm thinking like, damn, could I prevented this? You know, like I knew something was off. You know what I'm saying? The whole time I had my hands on my head, I'm like, I knew something was off. These dudes gave me a bad vibe. I thought I was the target. But if the dude who was like 1 or 2 people over that way would have been on beat, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe he was on beat, I don't know. But obviously not enough. If I could have like avoided the situation, you know, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know if the guy was in front of me instead of that way, and then the dude with the knife came, I don't know if I would have like tried to split him and have nothing to do with anything. They probably thought I was his homeboy or something. If he come running up with a knife and I just throw a hook at him, you know, and drop that boy off and then pick up his banger or something, you know, I don't know what I would have did. But at that time, I thought I was being hit, you know, so it made me just be very, very aware and observant. You get what I'm saying? And I felt like it was so quiet. When I had my hands on my head and I was laying on my chest, I felt like it was so quiet. The guards screaming on the walkie-talkie, you know, the dude who's leaking screaming, you know, the water coming down. I just felt like if you put your hands over your ears and talk, the way that it feels, how you can hear yourself in your head, you know, that's what I felt like it all sounded like. It just felt like I was in my head and I was only triggering main things that had to do with like a movie scene. And once I looked over and realized, you know, the dude who got hit, I seen him on the way to, you know, the center gate to getting, you know, where we needed to stand at. I seen him and he was talking to like 2-3 different dudes, not even the dudes that like hit him, but he was having like 2-3 different homeboys that he was mobbing with and stuff like that. I felt like I used to see them all the time, and them same dudes was here, you know. So it's like he got hit, and that's how I knew it was just like you see in a movie where someone gets hit up, the guards panic, the dude's laying there, he's out for the count, and then everyone else just turns around and walks off, leaves you there. Whatever happens, happens. That's exactly what I observed on this particular day. You feel me? And it felt crazy to me because it happened. And there were literally probably like, I'd say, give or take 27, maybe 30 inmates that were in lines that day. There was about 30 of us just standing out there when it happened. You know what I'm saying? But since I was like in the middle of the damn, you know, the square, the target, the 3 assassins, you know, and I'm like right here, like, man, what these dudes got going on? You know what I'm saying? It literally made me feel like I was watching such a good scene from a movie, but it felt a whole lot more like spooky in real life. You know, it felt more like, you know, I had like a warm feeling. You get what I'm saying? Like I knew this was real. It wasn't fake. You know, like you see on TV, you know, they're actors. You know, even though it looks real on TV. This shit looked real because it was real and it wasn't on TV. You get what I'm saying? And that right there was one of the things that made me like straighten up the way I was doing my time. Because when I first got to prison, you know, I was staying to myself, you know, because I ain't friendly at all. But I wasn't like excluding, you know, like I didn't like, I'd stay away from people. No, I did my own thing. I just wasn't really, you know, trying to be cool. I wasn't trying to talk to nobody. If somebody tried to talk to me, I'd shut them, you know, cut them short and keep it going, shut them down. But it made it to where I knew I wasn't going to really, you know what's going on and what the reason is behind a lot of these actions that are happening to people if I wasn't in the mix. You get what I'm saying? I felt like it was more dangerous me being in prison, staying to myself and not knowing what's going on, than it was me, you know, making friends, homeboys, even enemies, and knowing what's taking place. You get what I'm saying? As messed up as it sounds, but that's how I felt. And it literally was. It was more dangerous to me sticking to myself, not knowing what's going on, why this guy's getting stabbed, because it made me think I was the target. You know, it was worse than me knowing, oh, dude got stabbed because of such and such, or oh, bro did such and such. So when I see him get stabbed 2-3 days later, I know why he got stabbed. And then looking at people, knowing the handshakes, the tattoos, I know, oh, he's part of that gang. Oh, so them boys hit him. So I ain't even gotta, you know, do too much. I just put 2 and 2 together by mingling, getting to know people, you know, seeing, you know, what's up, bro? Chop it up with him. Next thing you know, I know he's affiliated with this gang. And then I see him over there dapping up with these dudes, doing their little handshake. It ain't nothing like that. It's, you know, their whole little things they be doing, you know. That's how you know, okay, he's affiliated with them. Boom. So now you know he's one of his kinds. And then when you see them 2 dudes, you know, go over there and he stabs him, then you're like, okay, bro just got stabbed by the such and suches. You see? And I learned that by being put in this situation right here. And I swear, y'all, it was literally like I was an extra in a scene inside of a prison movie that they got to do the real shit to make it look real, because it was, you know. And me laying there, I'll never forget, just looking over and seeing the puddle of blood. It looked like the, you know, because of the blood being in the water and it's spreading, it looked like he was, you know, just draining. It looked like all that shit was coming out of him. You get what I'm saying? Which a lot of it was, you know. And after he got stabbed and the guards were screaming and everything like that, they made us all get on the ground. The guards came around. We all got searched and everything right out there in the rain, pouring down. We all got searched. They broke us all up into little groups, started trying to ask us if we knew what happened and this and that. And of course, everybody's like, no, and that's it. Everything went on. They grabbed the dude, put him on a stretcher, brought him over there to medical, probably went to outside medical, and then we were all standing in line again. It don't cancel nothing. It ain't go back to your dorm. No, it's get back up, stand in line. Y'all knuckleheads don't do this shit again. That's it. Now I'm just standing in line, waiting for them to call medical, just like all the other dudes, even the dudes who stabbed them. Everyone's still just standing there. You see, that's how it is, you know, inside a prison. The show must go on, regardless who gets cut, who gets stabbed. It might, you know, hold things and put things on a pause for a second, but it's never gonna like affect anything they got in rotation or anything that's part of the routine. It's been doing the same shit for decades. You get what I'm saying? People get stabbed in the chow hall all the time, and next thing you know, there's blood everywhere. People are just walking the chow, stepping over the blood, grabbing their trays. You know, that's how it goes. But for me, I wanted to come on here and I wanted to let y'all know this literally felt like I was in a movie. You know, it felt like a live and direct, me on the stage, being a part of this damn prison scene. So I wanted to come on here, I wanted to share it with y'all. You know, being new in prison at the time, it does kind of like, you know, fuck with your mental a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether you look at it like that or not, it's a trauma situation. You feel me? So a lot of people suffer from trauma that they don't even look at as trauma. Don't even know it's trauma, but it is trauma. You see what I'm saying? And at that time, me being new there, I was very interested in what was going on. Very aware. Not just interested because it was cool. No, I was interested because I thought I was the target. I felt the vibe. You know, I thought I was getting hit, but it just shows I was on beat. I was halfway there. I was on beat, but I was wrong about who the target was. The target wasn't me. You see, I wanted to be aware and know where this shit's coming from all the time. You know, I want to know why, who, when, where. I want to know all this stuff. You get what I'm saying? And that's when I started getting more into the loot, knowing what it was. Started, you know, I got in a couple more fights after that. You know, got my name more known by different gangs because I fought someone that was in the organization. And then before you know it, I know everything that's going on. You see, I feel like your bid is easier when you get into shit in the beginning and just get it all out the way than it is if you try to stay out of trouble the entire time. It's going to be harder like that. You get what I'm saying? You're not going to know why people are getting flipped and airlifted and everything like that. You know, you're going to be a part of a prison scene and you're not even going to know that this is a part of a movie. You get what I'm saying? You're going to be sitting there in the chow hall just chilling one day eating, and you're not going to catch on. You're going to just be sitting there eating and someone's going to get stabbed up and you're going to be like, oh shit, you're not going to even know. You would have peeped it and you would have known Buddy was going to get stabbed. People know before it even happens. I want to be one of them people because I know not to go around there. If I need to violate and go to that side of the compound and I know it's hard to get over there, shit, I'm going to make it to where I decide to go over there when this dude's supposed to get stabbed over here gets stabbed. You see, it makes it easier. You know, you got to learn how to, you know, orchestrate, make your ways around the pound, and using that as a distraction, a diversion, is the perfect time for me to do what I gotta do. You see? So it's like I wanna know these things, even if I'm not part of it, and even if I'm not involved at all. You know, I can use that to my advantage to slither around the pound and move what I need to move. I might have to go over here and get a couple jugs of buck, and I ain't gonna be able to walk past the center gate because the guards are there. Well, I know they're gonna be crashing out at this center gate over here, and they're gonna be stabbing this guy, so then I'll know this is the perfect time for me to dart over there. I'll dart over there the movement before this one, so that way I'm already on the way back towards center gate when he gets stabbed. Now the guards are distracted. I make my cut. I'm gone. You see what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. I want to be a part of that shit. You get what I'm saying? And before you know it, you'll find yourself in some situations that literally are like in the movies. You know what I'm saying? Like something you see in the prison scene on Blood In, Blood Out. You know what I'm saying? Like, or American Meat. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many different scenarios that you'll see take place inside of prison, and you'll be like, damn, this is just like a movie scene. It may not happen every single day, you know, but you're gonna catch on to it. And I wanted to come on here and I wanted to share that with y'all. Now, if you're someone that's been incarcerated, y'all drop in the comment section, let me know. Have y'all ever been in a situation or seen a situation take place while you were locked up that felt like something you would literally see inside of a movie? If so, drop it in the comment section. I want to see what it is you got to say. You know, I read all my comments. I like to interact and everything. And let me know what y'all think. Y'all think I was wrong for like being on point? Or you think I should have just ignored the signs and just been like, the hell with it and just wait till they get me? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all let me know, man. But that's all I got for y'all today. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And y'all already know, like I always say, make sure you keep them rat squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wanna be island boys, and clout chasers out your circle. And always remember, once a rat, always a rat. You feel me? Ain't no taking that shit back. Don't give a damn if you the biggest killer in the world, boy. At the end of the day, boy, you told, boy, that street cred don't mean shit. There ain't nothing street about you. Same thing if you a chomo or a pedophile or a wannabe island boy. You know, at the end of the day, boy, once your ass done tarnished what you was known for, ain't no shaking back from none of that, right? But that's all I got, man. Till next time, this the one and only. I am my team, Frog.
I'm a criminal, I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though. I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though. Cause I'm a criminal, yeah, I'm a criminal.